Hello, everybody. Welcome to episode 85 of WCW. I am Swarls. We are coming off of another 100 rated pay-per-view, Super Brawl 5. Pretty much all the pay-per-views get 100, but I think this is actually the best one we've done because we had a 95 rated match and three 99 rated matches and a 93, and like pretty much every match except for the women and for the tag titles was over a 90. Like, this pay-per-view absolutely cooked. And our next pay-per-view is going to be Spring Stampede, which we do have. We've been booking for that for a while because it's a Saturday night show. We know what we're going with. And then after that, we have Wrestle War at the end of April, which we have nothing for yet. So, as promised at the end of last week's stream, we are beginning this week with Notepad time because the first thing we have to book is a Nitro, and I gotta know what we're booking to. All right. So this is. Wow, I could not have spelled Wrestle worse. Wrestle War. Nitro. Okay. So, based on what happened at this pay-per-view, see, I don't know if Austin and Hanson is that easy, because they're, wait, no, I was going to say they're both baby faces. No, they're not. Austin's a heel. Yeah, it's probably Austin and Hanson. That's probably the match. I don't know what I was getting ahead of myself with the Steve Austin face turn. And then we are going to go, Triple Crown, it's got to be, I think Sting and Pillman is another one that is pretty much already booked. That was like the whole reason to get the title on Sting, so Pillman could do something. And then we also know we are super doing Misawa versus Kobashi. Because we had the Kobashi face turn. Do we send Williams to Saturday to kind of move him away from the NWO breakup stuff? Interesting. Maybe. But I also feel like we might need to send someone back in that. Tag titles. I think it's got to be Rude and Marty. I always write Marty because I don't know how to fucking spell Jannetty. One N, two N's, two T's, one T. Who fucking knows? Rude Marty versus, it's got to be Owen and Regal. That's what we've been building since they turned face. We said we were just gonna run Ultimo and Negro Casas back because they got a 95, and that sounds good to me. Probably because I said that. I like my own idea. Big surprise. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's already 5. So, and then we got to have a women's title match. I have no idea what it's going to be. That will be our classic Bull Nakano versus the Challenger of the Month. So then that gives us 2, maybe 3 openings. We can do a 9-match card. We have nothing on Jumbo. We have nothing on Sabu, nothing on Bam Bam. Oh, we should probably break up the American Nightmares, right? Like, they're going nowhere. We should probably end that. Double N and double T for Marty? Pfft, crazy. Ultimo vs. Casas could be 2 out of 3 falls. I do like that. I want to see Dustin. I think Dustin should probably stay face. So we would probably be turning Ron or Sabu. He just turned. So I think Sabu is going to be the one that turns, maybe? And he's a better heel. So let's turn Sabu. I don't think it feels soon. I think the nightmares are totally stagnant. So we will do Sabu. Right now, we will tentatively put this as a triple threat. But we might change that to like Sabu versus Dustin straight up. Or Sabu versus Ron. We'll see. And then we've got Jumbo. We've got Gordy and Williams. I mean, Jumbo and Terry Gordy sounds like that sounds like a feud to me. That's an 8-match card. We don't have anything for Dr. Death, but we might move him to Saturday. He does kind of fit on either side, you know? Death. That's a weird way. Let's write Steve Williams. Also, chat, what are we doing with Inoki? What, like, I don't think he's wrestling. I mean, he is a wrestler and an occasional wrestler, but his skills, you know, he's a 52-year-old man. He's cooked. So I really just planned on him being a GM kind of figure, which is all we need him to do, I suppose. And we did introduce him at the pay-per-view as, like, the new Board of Representatives, you know, new Speaker of the Board, or whatever the fuck we call them. So I guess we have him set up, but, like, what is he actually doing? What is the storyline purpose of him being here? Masawa and... Oh! Vader's not on this card. That's crazy. Hold on. Vader's not on this card. Neither is Bam Bam Bigelow. Bam Bam Bigelow is a heel. I mean, that's... There's not really a way to do anything with Inoki and Vader. I'm kind of wondering at what point we turn Vader back heel. But I think for now, just a little program with Bam Bam will be fine. Just two beefy boys slapping beef or whatever. And who's gonna complain about a 9-match card? Not me. He wants to turn WCW into a Nokia. No, but like that's a bad storyline. We don't want to start doing like shoot style matches. We don't want to, you know what I mean? Like, because if he's in power, what would be stopping him? Yeah, we could. He could be involved somehow in this Misawa Kobashi. Oh, you know what we could do? We could do like Misawa with Ventura versus like Kobashi with Inoki, which is kind of weird. But we could. We'll do something with him like dismantling the NWO, because the NWO is about to basically dissolve anyway. Maybe that's the first thing we'll book on Nitro. Like Inoki comes out and dissolves the NWO. Trade Richard Slinger for Dr. Death. I mean, listen, we're trading with ourselves here, so it doesn't matter. But that's like a horrendous trade for Nitro. Richard Slinger has 40 pop. And Dr. Death is like 80. They would need 2 Richard Slingers. And even then, that's a bad trade. That's, you know, trading $1 for 2 quarters. what could we send to Nitro? Nitro, yeah, Nitro is stacked at the top. Genox, you missed Notepad time. This is Wrestle War, which is the Nitro pay-per-view in April. This is what we have written down for it. I'll leave it up for a second while I look at what we would send. I mean, we really don't have to send anything back. It just really does feel like we're sending everyone to Saturday. It's like we move Kawada over there. We're moving Dr. Death over there. Maybe we'll just have to sign somebody. Alright, well, here's a better question. If Dr. Death, because he's a babyface, question mark. Yeah, he's a babyface. If he does go to Saturday, what's he doing? Like, who's he going against? Like, I guess he would be a better opponent for Randy Savage than Razor Ramon is, but we've already started the Razor Ramon thing. Like, there's no obvious feud. I don't know. That's a maybe on the Dr. Death thing. Although I don't have anything for him on Nitro either, so we'll figure it out. Cactus is already, like, we don't need to send him right now because Cactus is already, he's taking home Battle Cat at Spring Stampede, brother. You can't bump the cat. Dr. Death versus an undead vampire. Thank you, Nick. You could just blow off Savage and Ramon. It hasn't. We just started it. What do you mean blow it off on TV? All right, let's. I think we got what we needed from Notepad time. I'm gonna move this back over here. All right. Let's start. No nights off. Let's see. Where did we run? I don't remember where we ran the pay-per-view. Oh, we went to the Alamo Dome. Okay, so we were in the Southwest. Let's take a few off here. So let's go Southwest. Or I guess that's Mid-South. So now let's go Southwest. Sure. Although we were just there like 2 weeks ago for Nitro. Okay. Alright, well then how about Mid-South to Southeast? Although we also run the Southeast all the time. Although we usually run Saturday night in the Southeast. I don't think we've done a Nitro in the Southeast in like a year. So let's do that. We're going to go to the Memphis Pyramid. Alright, let's spend some energy. Probably about to start some new storylines, so give me some storyline ideas. Bit of a gamble for Ricky Steamboat. No thanks. Give me something better than that. A likely for Eddie Guerrero. Okay. Big gamble. Alright. You guys are not cooking with these tonight, so give me a finish. Alright, you guys are not cooking with anything tonight. Wow. Okay. Rude. No, the Memphis Pyramid is old. It existed for a while before the Grizzlies moved there. It was one of those, like, if we build an arena, a sports team will move here kind of things. Also, it was like, we built this pyramid, what should we put inside of it? And they're like, I don't know, a basketball arena? Let's see. Stooge Randy Savage. Notice that Sting and Ricky Steamboat are becoming closer. Thank you. Thank you, Stooge Savage. Sean Waltman has been getting ribbed because he's been being influenced by Owen Hart. Okay, I mean, it's a good person to get influenced by. Dustin Rhodes, Yellow Bobby Heenan. Ted Turner brightened the mood backstage, doing several funny cartoon tries. I forgot Ted Turner was here. Thanks for showing up, Ted. Let's see. Bobby did hilarious road stories. Jericho was just being a fun, happy guy. Rie Tamada got trained. Steve Austin, Mike Austin, Booker T, and Drew Nakayama got trained. All right, here we go. All right. We are going to open the show with Antonio Inoki coming out. And Kenta Kobashi will be there. And, you know, he's going to talk about how, let's see, you know, you guys said you were trying to remake WCW. You were trying to prove that strong style is the strongest, that Japanese wrestling is the best. But, you know, the way you've been doing it is all wrong. All you proved was that you can, you know, that you can cheat your way to the top. I convinced Kobashi-san of that. He's no longer going to be in the NWO. And nobody's going to be in the NWO any longer. Because my first order as the advisor to the board of directors, his title's going to change every week. I think that's part of the gimmick. Is that the NWO must disband. And then, you know what? We probably got to add a second part where Ventura just comes out and he's like, "Yo, you can't do that." Just like working the crowd. He's very upset. Kobashi, you are still there. Okay, so let's disband that stable. Or, you know, just make it inactive. And then let's also fix storylines. Let's see. Jumbo Pillman, that is done. Light heavyweight title, that is continuing. Thrill Seekers. You know what? This will probably continue, like, in the short term. So I think what I might just do is add the tag champs to it. Triple Crown scene. Oh, Kobashi and Masawa are already in this. Okay. You know what? Let's just add Brian Pillman to this. Let's smush these two things together. That's fine by me. I don't know who's... I have to figure out who's challenging Bull. And then Vader, you are out of this. And then we are going to add Stan Hansen. Let's see. Stink Pillman, we got that in there. Oh, Masawa Kobashi. They're in the Triple Crown scene. Yes, they're in the Triple Crown scene. Okay. Tag titles. Let's add Rick Rude. Let's add Marty to this one. World title scene has 99 heat. So it does. I mean, look at these numbers. Yeah, it should have it. Yeah. True and true. Oh. I mean, Dusty's gonna be in it too. Let's. No. No heel groups. We have enough heel groups. It'll be fine. Jumbo and Gordy. And then Vader and Bam Bam. Alright, great. Okay, let's see. So Stan... I don't know. I don't really want Stan to, like, right away say he's going for the title. Although, I guess he could at least call out Austin or something. But, like, I don't want the match to be official until the Steamboat match happens at Spring Stampede. So maybe Hanson... Let's see. Sting Pillman... We really have to start a lot of these. Like, Sting Pillman has to start. Austin Hanson has to start. Osawa Kobashi's going already. Tag titles has to... Well, first we have to blow off the fucking Thrill Seekers. Well, let's do that tonight. Fuck it. It's not like that has to continue going. Chris Jericho and Lance Storm. Taking on Owen Hart and Steve Regal. Too many Steves. You know what? We do got to move Dr. Death. We got 4 Steves on this brand. Too many. $12 minutes. Open. This might be storytelling. We might come back later and make the storytelling. But for right now, baby faces are simply going to win. And then afterwards, I want them... you know, in the ring, being interviewed by, like, Eric Bischoff, you know, Steven Regal, Owen Hart, you know, we've seen you guys work together as a tag team these past couple months. What's next for you guys? And, you know, Rick Rude, Marty Jannetty, we saw you guys win those tag... And, like, before they can even say anything else, they're going to get attacked by Rick Rude and Marty Jannetty. Try to call out tag champs, but get attacked instead. Alright. I am going to do a promo with the Nightmares. Dustin, Dusty, Ron Simmons, Sabu. We have to rate Sabu on something. Because Sabu doesn't talk, right? So the idea of this promo is basically like, you know, well, baby, the American Nightmares, we always bounce back. We always also tag team titles. It was a rough night for the American Nightmare, baby, but we'll get right back on that horse. Meanwhile, Sabu is like rolling his fucking eyes because he won his match. You know what I mean? But all you're talking about is these losers, Dustin and Ron Simmons. I guess that's like dramatic acting. That might go really bad, but... This is foreshadowing. This probably doesn't need to be... it could be in the ring. Can Sabu talk in the game? I don't know. I don't think he can. But I don't know that I've checked. Personal details. This says he speaks fluent English and passable Japanese. So yeah, I guess he does. But I am not Vince McMahon. And I respect the lore of Sabu and that he doesn't speak. So he will not be speaking. Also, he should be a horrendous promo. Yeah, he's pretty good acting, though, so maybe that won't bomb. maybe the acting will be okay. Maybe we'll see. Can the Sheik cut promos in the game? I don't know that he can. We'll find out, I guess. Let's see. Kobashi helped Sting win the Triple Crown, and then they like posed after that. So I really feel like we have to do like Kobashi and Sting versus Misawa and somebody. You know what? Let's do that match, and then let's end the show with that Inoki promo. That makes sense. Like he comes out afterwards, and he's like, "Well, that's it. NWO's over." Now we're booking. Sting and Kenta Kobashi against Mitsuharu Misawa and damn, without Kobashi, I guess Gordy would be the number 2 at this point, and we have not yet started the feud with Jumbo, so let's throw Terry Gordy out there. I'm glad somebody liked the 1994 WWF save. That's old school. Kobashi has to win this. I'm gonna have Kobashi pin Terry Gordy, which everyone should be fine with, right? Right? All right, cool. Okay. So now we have a main event booked. That's great. Alright. I'm going to have Stan win like a squash match and then say he's going for the title. Oh, hello, Abyss. What are you doing here? Some poor local talent is about to get destroyed by Stan Hansen. Just looking at people who have good selling. Not even really looking at the names, just looking at selling. Rick Thames. Decent jobber. Steve Kearns is like the most, you know, he has the like tightest window. And Ogawa. We could bring Ogawa back, baby. Yeah, sure. I forgot we let Ogawa walk. Stan wins. And then Angle afterwards. It's time for Stan Hansen to focus on regaining his WCW title. Okay. Who else needs to be on the show? Everybody. Basically, everybody's on the show. Alright. It's not imperative that Steve gets on the show because he'll be on Saturday night. Jumbo, Pillman, Big Van Vader. Alright. Pillman. Pillman might just chill for a week and then start the Sting feud next week. You know what? Let's just have the entire Dangerous Alliance do a big promo. How about that? So listen, Paulie out there. Brian Pillman. Bam Bam, but like maybe... Bam Bam can talk. Mike Awesome and Jerry Lynn, though. You guys are in the background. Dangerous Alliance. put themselves over. Say they have big plans. This is a total just like, hey, you guys, you guys got 6 minutes, get out there. Like one of those. All right. Oh, Ultimo and Negro Casas is like actually continuing. So let's do something with that. Ultimo. Let's see. Ultimo Dragon taking on Doug Furnace. Let's see. He did beat Doug Furnace like 3 weeks ago, so that's great. Okay. Ultimo Dragon. Fuck. I know he's wrestled Kikuchi like a million times. But like Kikuchi? At least maybe it's been longer ago. You know what? He wrestled him once in August. Actually, that's fine. They can run it back. When do these guys cook? Ultimo's gonna win. I'll make it open. We will put Negro Casas at ringside. That old chestnut. Non-title match. But thank you for asking, game. And then we're going to have him attack him. And you know what? I'll try to make this like a minor victory and see if Ultimo's cool with it. He might not be because Ultimo's like very over. But we'll see. And I assume our commentary will be calling him a sore loser. This is called light heavyweight title, right? Yeah, winner. Negro Casas, loser, Ultimo Dragon. Is he cool with it? Oh, he is cool with it. Okay. And that's 86 minutes, and I don't think I have a storytelling match. So we're going to go back to the one that I said we would do it with, which is this tag team match. Okay, we do still have 10 minutes, and we do kind of have a lot of people that still need to be booked. I think I'm just going to have one of these guys win a squash match. Vader, Jumbo, probably not Steve Austin, because like I said, he's... let's see, Vader... Jumbo probably needs it more. Jumbo's kind of been putting people over. We already brought in a local. Let's bring in a dev guy here. Who wants to lose to Jumbo? Need a heel that can lose to Jumbo. Mike Modest. Oh, you're not even good at selling. Come on, Mike. Come on, Mike Modest. Mike Bucci. Now we're talking. And then also, I want to book just like... I want to book... Like, this is a weird thing we never really do in this save, but I'm just going to book like a 4-way on the dark match. Just want to see like who are our best women? You know what I mean? Just like... Whoever gets the highest score will probably get... I mean, we already did Cynthia Moreno, but Maybe we should just go back to like Cynthia Moreno is really good, and she's probably the closest to being recognizable. We just did Debbie. I mean, Debbie could get a rematch, I guess. Although I think we've already run it twice, so 3 times would be a lot. I don't think we've ever booked Lioness Asuka since signing her. Toyota has fucking bad chemistry with her, which is still so brutal. Candy Divine, you have 4. You're a heel. That's the problem. Okay. We could probably get Candy Divine. Like, if we just gave her a little momentum. If we gave her, like, a character idea. In fact, let's see if we have character ideas. That would probably make her recognizable. Do we have creative ideas? Likely. Ooh, those are all sketch. We're going to try one. Candy Divine has no gimmick? Well, let's give her a gimmick. Success! Okay, she's very warm. She's very warm. Let's give her a gimmick. Swagger. Generic safe. Well, let's not go crazy. I don't know anything about Candy Divine, but based on what she looks like and that her name is Candy, I'm going to assume she was doing like a I'm very pretty. Look at me, I'm a pretty girl gimmick. So, we're going to call her Beautiful Candy Divine. Okay. Alright, so she's absolutely in this match. So let's get Candy in here. Now granted, Candy is a heel, which is rough. So let's throw 3 faces in the other spots. Let's throw Cynthia in there. Oh, you know what? I do want to book Linus, see how she is. She's also a heel. Should have changed that. She might be only a heel. I think that's why she's a heel. And then we have Kudo, who we've already done. See, she's beaten all the faces. We really needed her to lose to one of these people. Welcome back, Lady Apache. 10 minutes. I guess Candy Divine will win, just because I don't know. We'll see what happens. What the hell is opening? I was gonna open with that Antonio Inoki thing, but now that's closing the show. So now I have no idea what's opening. You know, let's open with this. And then right to them getting attacked. Then let's have the Dangerous Alliance putting themselves over. This goes back one. Yeah. Alright, that's the show. I do not know what this is going to get. This storyline that this is hot, so this could do really well. The Sting Kobashi versus Masao and Gordy match. 90 on the nose. I'll say exactly a 90. All right, let's see. This match got a 58, which is fine. Candy Divine 52. Cynthia Moreno got a 61, and she's not recognizable. All right. I think we just go back to the Cynthia Moreno well. I think we really strap the rocket to her this time. We make sure her and Bull haven't wrestled 3 times already, and then we just run it back. Because, I mean, it's if anyone can beat Bull, it's her. Like, she's really the best thing we got. She is adequate at her beautiful Candy Divine gimmick. You know what? That's fine. It's better than nothing, I guess. Right, on to the card at 76. Perfectly fine. And then they got beat up. Ooh, Rick Rude has a gimmick that's getting stale. His lovable asshole gimmick. Well, you know what? He's a heel, so he's not a lovable asshole anymore. We gotta change that. I mean, he's still doing a swagger gimmick. This is generic and safe. He's no longer lovable. He's just an asshole now. Oh, you did miss Notepad time. Sorry, Billy. We are in the middle of going over our first Nitro. We got our classic 70 rating here for Jumbo beating Mike Bucci. We set up Wrestle War. I'll put it on screen for a little bit. This is what we're planning for that show. Honestly, I feel like a lot of this was kind of already set up. It was really only these last 3 or 4 things where we had to figure it out. I would say the biggest things were where NWO is just like done, and we're gonna break up the Nightmares, but that's like a slow burn thing. Okay, back to the action. 87. I mean, for these guys just yakking, I will take an 87 for sure. This was just like, hey, you guys, go put yourselves over. And they were good at it. 87 for Ultimo and Kikuchi. Oh, they have great chemistry. And we absolutely got the story. Yeah, we advanced the storyline because we had Negro Casas standing at ringside. And that probably helped a lot too. Because I would imagine after a 95 match, this is a pretty hot story. And then only a 54 for the beatdown. That sucks. Especially because it was a minor victory for Negro Casas. Damn, okay. 70 for Stan Hansen taking off Rat Boy's head. And then Stan did a bad job without script, still got an 88. We'll take it. Stan is going after the WCW title. American Nightmares. The idea of this promo was that Dusty is trying to like cut a like rah-rah, like firing up the boys speech because they lost the tag team titles. But meanwhile, Sabu he won his match against Bam Bam Bigelow, so he's kind of rolling his eyes. Also, the performance of Sabu was good. He's good at dramatic acting. We'll have to remember that for the future. Riley, what's up, man? 92. Yeah, this is a good main event. Turns out this Misawa guy is one of the best wrestlers in the world. And then 92 for this. Inoki being this good at cutting promos in English is crazy. Like, we'll take it, but it's crazy. 91. That is 1 point higher than I guessed, so we take. Intro report, made it cool, 900K. Maritimes, baby. What's up, Coco Beware? These stats are not very nice to Coco, but this is kind of like tail end of his career, Coco, I guess. Inoki cutting promos in English is believable after that promo in Spanish from Hangman. You know what? True. Rick Rude says, Linus Suzuka can't sell anything worth a damn, and she needs to learn how to work. All right, thanks, Rick. I think this is the first time we've hit 700K for Nitro or any of our shows, really. It's usually in the 6s. That's interesting. I wonder if they went up a size or something. Medium. Oh, are both our shows on TBS? No, we're on TNT for this. No, they're all... No, nothing. Just a good rating. What was I doing? Oh, Cynthia Moreno. She's adequate at her classic technical gimmick. Okay. Popularity. Southwest? Over. That's about it. Did we do the bull match 3 times? That's really what I need to find out here. That's all we've done with her in 1995? Oh, damn. Okay. Alright, let's see. We did a triple threat? Oh, as Manami, sure. Okay. We actually only did the singles match 1 time. That's really surprising. Alright. It's Cynthia Moreno. And we're going for it. Like, hopefully she can actually win the title from Bull, because then we would have so many fresh matchups kind of going for it. So I'm putting Cynthia Moreno in the question marks. And I'm writing major push. May say that promo was great. Crowd was... Oh, that's... You know, I was kind of wondering how the crowd felt about it. Because it seems like his Spanish... You know, I don't speak Spanish, but it seems like his Spanish was, like, only okay. But it did seem like the crowd was reacting well to it. So, you guys think this Night of Champions show is going to happen? To drastically switch, drastically change subjects? You think they're going? They haven't canceled it yet, right? Oh, shit. You guys want to book APW? You guys want to get in the garage with Roland Alexander? Let's fucking go. No, that's a pass. Thank you. Kamala's gone. Thank you for your time, Kamala. Unfortunately, yes. Somehow, yes. Yeah, I agree. I think it's gonna happen. I think they're gonna like the fucking KSA government is gonna you know, make sure they get a plane that can get in. I think they're gonna go, which is crazy. We're number one. Oh shit! Uncensored just got. I bet we already have an Uncensored in our thing. We might have 2 Uncensoreds now. Let's see. Oh. Oh, they want me to do an Uncensored in like 2 weeks. Yeah, no thanks. Actually, we added 12 events to our calendar, and I was like, no, not Uncensored. That's very funny, actually. That's the one show I didn't add. Which, in my defense, Uncensored has a very bad, like, were there any good Uncensored shows? I don't know that there were. Yeah, we're not going to do an Uncensored in 2 weeks, so we're just going to go in here and set this back to dormant. All right. That settles that. I wish it would do that more ahead of time. You know, maybe at like the beginning of the year, give me the dormant events that are coming back. That would help me a lot. Uncensored shows were at least better than Hog Wild shows. Yeah. A little bit. Sold out. Uh, I mean, after the first sold out or two, it was kind of just a regular pay-per-view. But that was also like a regular late era WCW pay-per-view, so they probably weren't very good anyway. Yeah, Uncensored 95 was a triple-decker cage. Yeah, I think our March 1995 pay-per-view will be a lot better than the triple-decker cage and all that other bullshit that they were doing at the time. I think we'll beat that. Or maybe we should book a triple-decker cage. I don't know. You know what? Listen. Spring Stampede. Hold on, let me drag it back over here. Listen, all I have written down is big gimmick match, 4 Horsemen versus Kurt Arnsteiners. It could be a triple-decker cage. I mean, I'm just throwing it out there. It could be. Listen, I'm just spitballing. We're just spitballing. I'm not saying we're going to book a triple-decker cage, but we could. See, now I'm getting conflicting messages from the chat. So I'm saying don't do it, so I'm saying do it. I don't know. Alright, let's book. We just went to the southeast. So I guess, like, I don't know, mid-Atlantic. Sure. Dean Smith Center. Yes, 8th match is still open. Alright, booking team meeting. I want character ideas for Cynthia Moreno, please. Alright, better than likely. Give me something better than likely. Thank you! Finally. Alright, let's go back to finishes. Bit of a gamble, okay. You know what, you guys didn't give me any good storyline ideas either. Even though I asked so nicely. God, okay, alright. Guys are not cooking this week. It really is wild the differences of the two teams, booking teams we have in the two saves. Like in WCW, it's Dusty Rhodes, you know, Paul Heyman, Misawa, some of the all-time greatest minds of the business. And then on AEW, it's the Panda, Mace Aruga, Bryan Danielson. I mean, Bryan Danielson, you know, he would probably go well on this team. But yeah, it's just funny. I can't imagine the triple-decker cage is actually in the mod, but we can check, I guess. The widowmaker turned up so wasted on hard drugs that he had to be sent home as he was in no condition to work. Okay. Hard drugs is rough. We're not talking the wacky tobacco or alcohol. I think you gotta send him to rehab. I think rehab too. Alright. Godspeed, Widowmaker. Alright, then we do some training. Gordon Soley and Jimmy the Jet did a karaoke together. Just thinking about Gordon Soley doing karaoke. Ric Flair and Steve Armstrong also did karaoke. All right. Bobby Fulton and Johnny Banks just being good guys. All right, cool. All right, let's see. What did we do last week? We did Steamboat and Terry Funk beating Avalanche and Randy Savage. We did Battle Cat and Razor defeating Cactus and Richard Slinger. Razor interrupts Randy for real this time, sure. The Four Horsemen just kind of won a match. Arn and Kurt vow to earn the Steiners' trust. Okay, so they haven't earned their trust yet. Very important. The thing is, I don't know if we even really need to replace the Widowmaker, because, like, although we did also fire, what's his face, Fred Ottman. So, yeah, he is kind of on his own now, but also, like, he's going for the TV title. So he doesn't really need underlings, but underlings would help him, especially if he's winning that match. But I don't know that he is winning that match. I guess that's something we need to look at right now. Eddie, your pop. 79, pretty much 79 across the board. Vampy, you know, it's close. Vampiro's is a little more varied, right? He's got up to an 87 in the Southwest, but he's more like 70s, but also as low as 67 in some places. Let's see. Is there anyone like... See, the problem is none of our dev guys get pop because our dev doesn't have TV. I mean, they get it in the Southeast because that's what... So, like, Billy Kidman, doing good work in dev, but it doesn't apply to everywhere else. Yeah, Chris Daniels also getting a nice push in dev. Is he even the Fallen Angel yet, or is he just, like, Goober Face? I think he's just Goober Face, but we could obviously make him the Fallen Angel. Although, I don't think he's really ready skills-wise. Yeah, he's only got 18 experience. We should probably look at, like, who's actually ready. Unfortunately, who's actually ready is mostly the women. The women and Psychosis. And Taz. Oh, spooky Taz. The Taz Maniac. Oh, no. What was Canyon's experience? No, he's only got 10 experience. What's he getting in matches in dev? 42. I mean, that's not terrible. I feel like experience goes up so slow in this game. Like, we've had him in dev for years. How does he only have 10 experience? Chavo's got 1. 1! What's Taz getting in matches? They got him jobbing to Lizmark Jr. Lizmark Jr. is getting 57s, but he's not really a spooky boy. It does seem like Taz is getting slightly better ratings. Oh, we had him job to Ricky Steamboat a couple weeks ago. That seems like they're about the same. I mean, if they're about the same, we might as well just go with Canyon to make him Mortis. He's already a heel. I gotta assume, yeah, okay, great. Yes. You are on Saturday. No. Stables. Mortis. Mortis, you are the heir. Vampiro is now at a part where he could be mentoring someone. Listen, that's why there's 2 brands. You got the brand with Masawa and Kobashi and Inoki, and then you got the fucking spooky Vampiro Mortis brand. All right. We got real sidetracked there. Hold, let me look back at this. Have I set up the fucking Steamboat match yet? No, because I was probably waiting until after the pay-per-view. Alright. Let's do a promo setting it up. Spring Stampede. You know what? Let's just do pay-per-view. This is just going to be, Eric Bischoff in the ring, calling out Steamboat and Austin. We're here to officially announce the WCW title match for Ring Stampede. They say some shit. And, Austin is a bad guy, so he should probably sucker punch him. You only borrowed him, you have to do it again. Fuck. I did, you're right. And I can't do it from here. Alright, we'll do it after the show. It's fine. Remind me when the show ends. I will totally forget. Alright, I don't think I have even set up Eddie and Vampiro, so here's what we're going to do. Eddie is going to have just a match. Just, gonna beat one of these rando heels. This looks like a job for Tracy Smothers. Never a singles match. Surprising. 6 minutes. Eddie wins. Not non-title match. Thank you, game. Then afterwards, Vampiro is going to come out from the entrance and start cutting a cryptic promo, which will confuse Eddie, and he will then be attacked by the debuting Mortis. How the fuck are the Pistols still here? I think they're just on open contracts, and I've never had any reason to fire them because they're just cheap jobbers. Okay, great. Probably need to figure out some kind of main event for the show. I mean, Kurt and Arn are trying to win the Steiners over, right? So, I think like Rick Steiner and Scott Steiner in a main event against, I don't know, Ric Flair and Rick Martel would make a lot of sense. Actually, no. Ric Flair and Tenryu, even better. Oh, Ric Flair has a cracked tailbone. Fuck me. Okay. Forgot about that. Alright. Tenryu and Rick Martel, baby. The Horseman. Ugh. Listen, maybe... Listen, this is the main event. We can't put JP... We can't fuck around and put JPL in the main event. And maybe Ibushi went to a real doctor this time. I don't know. Actually, you know what? JPL will be out here. But he's not going to be in the match. But we are going to have Scott Steiner pin Rick Martel. And basically, I'm going to just put it as 3 interferences. But the idea would be that JPL is going to try to run out and attack the Steiners. But he will then be stopped by Hennig and Anderson, who I'm going to put in as attacking Rick Martel. You know what? I guess it could be... Sure. Make this a tag title. Why not? Make it a tag title match. It's a main event. I don't recognize this song playing. Did Spotify go rogue and just start playing random stuff? I believe it may have. I hate when it does that. Okay. And then, let's see. We're going to end the show. Chat, do we do the handshake with the Steiners, Kurt, and Arn here, or do we tease it for like another week or two? Either way, we could just put these guys in as working the crowd while I wait for you guys to answer. Arn, working the crowd. Kurt, working the crowd. Rick Steiner, working the crowd. Scott Steiner, working the crowd. Handshake, another week. We're split. I think we could do one more week. I think we could do like a big promo next week that like convinces them to shake it. Like we could squeeze more out of it, I think. Another denied handshake. Let's call this a tease. That's it. That's me. What's up, Noble? Here's the thing. WCW broke up the Steiners in real life, and, like, why? Like, you got the Scott Steiner, you know, Scott Steiner became a world champion and all that, but then you also had, like, singles wrestler Rick Steiner, and no one wanted that. Alright. Let's see. I'm glad you got your phone issue sorted. Cactus and Battle Cactus. Look, I have to look at these storylines for a little bit. One moment, please. Catch Club breaking up. Let's see. Oh, Harley Race is managing Severn now. Right. I'm glad I came and looked at this. Alright, so we should probably do something with those guys. Savage Razor has, like, just started. Oh, I have Richard Slinger and Battle Cat still as a thing. Alright. Let's end Richard Slinger and the Battle Cat. And then add Cactus to it. Oh, it was because they have bad chemistry, isn't it? That's why I did this random triple threat match. I see. Alright, so Battle Cat won this match last week. Sounds like to me, Battle Cat's got to call out Cactus Jack and say he wants his U.S. title. And by Battle Cat, I mean the Boogie Woogie Man Jimmy Valiant. And then we should actually make that a storyline. Because I think this is just over. Let's just call it U.S. title. Put Cactus and Battle Cat in there. I mean, why would you know that Battle Cat and Richard Slinger were? I'm like, why would you know that? Let's have heel Dan Severn go out there and like beat the shit out of somebody. You know what, Gary Albright? We signed you, and you're like cooked, and I don't know if you're ever gonna do anything. So could you at least put like Dan Severn over Big for me? That would be great. Actually, are you guys both really good at tech? Yeah, you're probably both really good at tech, you WFI guys. Actually, not as good as tech as I thought. All right, I'm just gonna have Dan win in 8 minutes. And then him and Shamrock. I'm gonna have him and Shamrock fight for like 5. We still have like 20 minutes to book somehow. Ric Flair. I mean, if Ric Flair has a cracked tailbone, he should probably be talking. But boy, we sure need matches at this point, huh? Can you book shoot fights brawl for all style? I believe that is the type of match you can book. But like, no, we won't be booking brawl for alls. Fair promo hyping the main event. It's just Rick, you know, with Martel, with Tenru, with our boy John Paul. Talking about the Steiners. What do we got? Like 15 more minutes? I mean, these 4 guys, Avalanche, Savage, Terry Funk, Razor Ramon, those guys are all feuding. That sounds like a tag team match to me. Plus, we need a storytelling match. Avalanche and Randy teamed last week too, right? But it wasn't this exact match. All right, great. Storytelling. I'm going to give Randy a tainted win over Razor Ramon. Is shoot fight one of the match aims? High spots, storytelling, man. No, so it would have to be a kind of match. Is there like a Lion's Den or an Octagon or something? Shoot fight. There you go. 1v1 shoot fight. It's in there. The real question everyone had, though, was, is there triple cage? No, there's barbed wire cage. There's exploding barbed wire cage death. No. Well, I almost accidentally made this a barbed wire cage match. Oh, fuck. I gotta send it back to 2v2. Alright, there we go. Went a little off course there. Let's open with the promo setting up the world title match. That makes a lot of sense to me. Let's put Boogie Woogie Man down here. Yep, that's a show. Next Starcade? You think I'm gonna you think I'm gonna have this Shamrock Severn feud go to fucking 9 months? Whew. You put a lot of faith in me. Maybe Shamrock will leave for an MMA fight again, and that'll eat up like 6 of the 9 months. That would help stretch that out. Well, at some point Takada's gonna come back too. I hadn't really thought of that. whose side will he be on? Anyway, I think this show should do good. Like, Steiners have been doing really big numbers for us, so I'll say like a 92. Okay, 90 on this promo. I kind of thought the promo would get like, this was going to get like 100. I'm actually kind of surprised it's only did a 90. And especially the first part only getting an 82. That's surprising. Okay, we got an 82 for this tag. I will take it. Let's see. Savage and Razor gained heat while Funk Avalanche lost heat. Well, ain't that great. 69, Jimmy. Come on, Jimmy. Boogie Woogie Man don't need no script. He never used no script. I will take an 80. Gary Albright is like so cooked. Probably one of the worst signings we've had. But you know, gotta something out of him here, so there's that at least. Then a 72 for these guys fighting. I will take that. 70. Eddie and Tracy Smothers have pretty good chemistry. Huh. $56 for the Mortis debut. Okay, alright. Well, you know, it is what it is. 94, Ric Flair. Going from that to a Ric Flair promo is crazy. Main event, 91. Okay, these guys did in fact cook. Scott Steiner got another 100. And Tenru got a 95. God damn. These guys went crazy. And then in 88, people love a teased handshake. People love a good, like, hands out, and the baby faces looking around, looking at the crowd. Crowd's going like, yeah, do it. And then some of them, no, don't. That's wrestling. Now that's wrestling. 91. Okay, I mean, you know what? Both shows got a 91. Can't be mad at it. Those are good numbers. This show really picked up at the end. All right, 600 grand. We always make a lot less on Saturday. I assume just because these guys make a lot of money. Got a lot of big contracts over here on Saturdays. The Warlord has 63-76 brawling, huh? And 74-87 psychology. Oh, I thought he was back. I got all excited for a second. He just wants more money. Yeah, man. Whatever you want. Money's fake. We gotta go... Before I forget, we gotta go to Dev and actually call up Mortis. Is he Mortis here? Is he Chris Canyon? He's Chris Canyon. Oh, I have to make him Mortis again? That's gonna piss me off. I do, in fact, have to do all that again. Alright, great. Is he still in the stable? Yes, he's still in the stable. Interesting. Okay. Well, that's good. Is Kid Cash still hurt? Well, he's not here, so I assume so? Torn meniscus. He's 56 days. Is anyone... let's see. Rey Mysterio will be back from rehab soon. And Ric Flair's cracked tailbone will be better around the same time. Jushin Thunder Liger still has 288 days. Oh, and Widowmaker is going to be at rehab for a while. Damn, okay. He was real fucked up, huh? I was like, what company belted up Poison Sawada Julie? Wing. Sure. Malia Hosaka's fully fit. Okay. Like Graham moved to the Midwest. Sure. Cynthia Moreno. Creative idea. Where's that near certainty? Where's that near certainty? Great. It's still just warm? I thought it would go to very warm. Alright, whatever. Listen, we just got to juice her up a little bit. Well, we did get her from like 20 to 30 over the past year, but we got to do better. Saturday makes less money because you get the broadcast ever new once it airs. Bull Nakano moved to... What's going on in the Midwest? What do you guys... IWF is going out of business. I do not know this company. New England Indie. Oh, Killer Kowalski's company. Well, that's a shame. Kyoko Inoue moved to the southeast. We're still grinding these Canada house shows. I need to check that that's actually doing anything. Oh, they had Van Hammer? Well, someone's got to book them. It is very slowly. We're gaining about a point every 2 to 3 months. So if we just keep grinding away at this pace, we'll make it, we'll get a better TV deal. By 2008, we'll get a TV deal in Canada. They're getting house shows. Al Perez moved to the southeast. Great. Antonio Inoki moved to the southeast. Hell yeah. House show in Ontario. 154. That's a big house for these Canada house shows. Kyohei Wada moved to the southwest. Saturday night. 0.92. Shit, Leilani Kai and Diesel dating? Damn, missed that one. That's something. Oh, Buddy Rogers died. What does ECW look like in '95 with no? Yeah, this is a weird alternate universe where Paul Heyman, and Eddie Gilbert for that matter, never get to go to ECW, and it's just a fucking Northeast Indie. They're just booking Nails in their main event because hey, he was in the WWF. You remember him? Butch Reed in the opener. You remember Butch Reed? He used to be a star. Alright, Nitro time. What area have we not gone to for the longest? Seen January 30th on New England. We're going to New England. You could do a Buddy Rogers tribute match. I mean, what would that even be? We're only going to do 9,000 in New England. Wow, okay. Damn. I guess that's why we don't run here very often. Let's go to the William D. Mullins Memorial Center at the University of Massachusetts in Amherst, Massachusetts. I think Butch Reed was on WrestleMania 1. I think that's how long he's been going. Storyline idea. Alright, there we go. Near certainty storyline idea. Great. Create a finish. Big gamble. Okay. Bit of a game. Alright, you guys are killing me. Let's go back to character idea. Safe bet for Brian Pillman. I don't need safe bets for Brian Pillman. Dusty Rhodes and Masawa got on particularly well during that meeting? Okay. Interesting. Locker room incidents. Some heat between Paulie and Bobby Heenan. Sure, that makes sense. Don Callis yelled at Bobby Heenan. Okay. Training. Towie won a poker tournament. Oh, sorry. He organized one. He didn't win. Steve Austin and Stevie Ray got into a heated argument. Steve Heat, brother. I'm the world champion. You can't be calling yourself Steve. Big Van Vader has a creative finish. Maybe it's a good one. I don't know. Who can say? Let's do an open forum. We haven't done one of those in a while. Dustin, Kikuchi, Don Callis, Wendy Richter, and Lady Apache were all mad at us. Interesting. Storylines, women's title, Debbie Malenko, you're out. Cynthia Moreno, you're in. We probably checked this last time she was in a feud with Bull Nakano, but like, can you promo? No, not really. Okay. And I would have to assume by this point you do speak English. Yeah, fluent. Okay. So that won't be the problem. The problem would just be you're not good at it. Alright, we'll think about this later. Let's see. Hanson said he's going for the title. I'm just going to have Steve Austin cut a promo where he's going to respond to Stan Hansen. And I guess also Steamboat, where he's basically going to be like, you know, every brand I go to, I got some old fart, some old dinosaur who's still hanging on, thinking they could be the world champion. Well, guess what? It's 1995, not 1985. Stan Hansen and Ricky Steamboat. You can challenge me all you want. You're never going to win that title ever again. Neither one of y'all. That's some real Gen X attitude there from Steve Austin. Steamboat isn't an angle? Yes, he is. He absolutely is. How dare you lie to me? Oh, he's not in the angle? That's fine. It'll advance the storyline. He doesn't have to actually be talked about. It would be a pain to add him because he's not on the brand. Oh, you know what I want to do? I want to go to Jesse Ventura. And I want to look at his clients. Which is a thing you can do. Managing your clients, there we go. It doesn't just show me who he's managing? I have to scroll through this whole fucking thing? Okay, according to this, he's not managing anybody? Which does not seem right. Maybe he's not managing anybody. I don't know how that happened. The agreement is manager without clients. Jesse Ventura is the manager without clients, so he's not managing. Okay. Well, that's what I was going here to check. Alright, well, you know what? That's fine. Masai was going to cut a promo on Kobashi. And I guess Inoki. Basically saying, you know, Kobashi, you idiot, you got smooth talked by Sting and by Inoki, and you ruined the NWO. You ruined a great thing. You're going to pay for what you've done, etc., etc. Okay, we have to start the Pillman and Sting feud. We have to start the Vader and Bam Bam feud. I think we might just book that tag match. I don't think this is the main event because none of these storylines are hot. Well, if we just added Pillman to the Triple Crown one, then that is hot, but we would still get dinged. So I'm going to give this like 12 storytelling. And I would like Brian to pin Sting, which I think should be okay. And I think it's going to be... I think Tainted and Interference to just really... You know? To really get our juices going here. Alright. So if that didn't know the main event, then what is? Oh, yeah, because nothing... I don't think there are any hot storylines on this brand right now, because I just, like, restarted all of them. What's... Oh, the light heavyweight title is extremely hot. That's going to be in our main event. Negro Casas, very poor. So he's got to get some kind of victory. The tag title stuff has like a 76. Oh, the Triple Crown saying has a 96, but those guys are booked already. Actually, you know what? Doesn't Vader Bigelow has a 0, right? Yeah, so that won't affect it. Oh, this can totally be our main event. I changed my mind. Because we won't... You weirdly don't get a ding if this feud hasn't started yet. Then the game is like, oh, okay. I think that's true. So we're going to put this up here. And then we're going to figure out what we're doing with Ultimo and Negro Casas. Because neither one of those guys is really a good promo. I just had two ideas. One was that we could do the tags, you know, we could have like Jannetty Rude team with Negro Casas. And then my second idea was like, maybe Negro Casas should be managed by Teddy Long? No, his charisma and microphone's okay, actually. And he speaks fluent. No, I don't think he needs Teddy Long. Yeah, no, he's not. Teddy's not that much better. Alright, here's the plan. 3v3. Rick Rude. Marty. Negro Casas. Ultimo Dragon. Owen Hart. Steve Regal. Now, I would like Negro Casas to pin Ultimo Dragon with Tainted. We'll see if it happens. I don't know. The problem is Ultimo Dragon is like too over, you know? Oh, he's cool. He's cool. It's cool. He's cool. Alright, great. Alright, I would like to do just like a 6-man tag. We're doing a lot of wrestling this week after a lot of talking last week. I guess that's how that goes. Dustin, Ron, Sabu, taking on, I don't know, 3 heels. You know what? The NWO doesn't exist anymore, so we can mix this up without it feeling weird. Kikuchi, Chris Jericho, Lance Storm. I'll give them like 8. You know what? 10. We just pushed the Thrill Seekers a little bit. Let's give it 10. I'll even make it open. Honestly, this is even more of a storytelling match than our last one, but do I want to? Yeah, let's make this one the storytelling match. Because, like, you know, the face team is going to win here, but there's still going to be a little miscommunication, you know? Things don't go the smoothest, but they're still able to win because they're wrestling the Thrill Seekers and Kikuchi. I almost want to give these guys Cook, but I don't think Rick Rude is a cooker. But I think I'm going to change this one to just regular open. Jumbo and Gordy has to start somehow. I almost just want to start it with like some dumbass like, you know, Chris Jericho knocking the coffee into Kane, like that kind of thing. Just like those guys backstage, they bump into each other. You know, what are you looking at? What are you looking at? And then they just start fighting. You know what? We're doing it. I'm just going to do like backstage 5-minute fight. Gordy and Jumbo bump into each other backstage and just start fighting. I guess this is a storyline development. I guess. You know what? The storyline hasn't started yet, so that might... I don't know if that'll... Let's just do serious. Yes. And karaoke with Gordon Soley. We can't get him out. We can't get him away from the karaoke machine. He keeps doing it. Oh, I'm gonna have Kobashi just like win a match. That sounds good. I mean, we have all these former NWO members to put him against. That just like, how do you not just go Kobashi Kawada? You know. The real question is, do we do Wild Brawl? Yeah, probably. 9098 Puro? Yeah, we probably. Yeah. Kobashi win. Open. Okay, well, we got like 10 more minutes. We really need talking. I mean, Stan is really the one person that needs to be booked. Oh, we haven't done anything with the women. I don't really want them to talk, though. I'm afraid of that. Fuck it. Do we have any angle ideas? We have a safe bet. Let's use it. Alright, 6-minute storyline development with Bull talking to Cynthia Moreno. God help us. Basically, the idea of the promo will be Bull cutting a promo. I've run through this division. There's no one left to beat. Moreno comes out. You know, you only wrestled me one-on-one one time. You've been ducking me since then. I've become the closest to beating you. I want you again. And then Bull's like, I don't think so. Bull is ducking. Bull is ducking. Yeah, sure. And then let's give Stan a promo. I guess let's do it after the Steve Austin promo, so it could be a reply. Basically, it would be just Stan being like, yeah, when I was a young gun like you, Steve Austin, I used to think the same thing. I used to think I knew everything. I was the hottest stuff around. Ain't nobody gonna beat Stan Hansen. Heck, I might have thought that 8 months ago when I was the world champion. But time makes fools of us all. This old dog knows a few tricks. Yada yada. You know, I'm old, but I still got some in the tank, brother. And that's the show. I guess we'll open with the Austin promo again. And then this 6-man tag, I think. And I think this Stan promo should go a lot higher. Masawa right after the Kobashi match, that makes sense. Gordy and Jumbo bump into each other and just start fighting. Yeah, sure. That's a show. I mean, I feel like I have to guess like a 90-something every show. And I don't see why not. I mean, we got a 91 and a 91. Let's play it safe and guess 91. That seems like a good bet. 88? Interesting. I feel like for a while these Steve Austin promos were like a 100 lock. And now he's, I don't know, maybe he's cooled off a little bit. Although I can't imagine that's it. He's still winning all his matches. Also, you know, an 88 is still really good, so I don't want to complain too much. I'm just a little surprised is all. 74, I will take that. Does not say Sabu teased a heel turn, which is really the whole point of the match, but I'm just gonna say he did. Oh, the angle idea was a failure. And Cynthia Moreno has a gimmick that's getting stale. I mean, her gimmick was like what, like classic Technico or something, which is pretty not great. What is she good at? Swagger, legitimate, and Weasley are underdog. I would say she's a little bit of an underdog in this bull feud, but I wouldn't say that's like her entire gimmick. So I think we're gonna go Swagger again. Cynthia Moreno is another person. It's like I don't know a lot about her, and the little bit I have seen of Cynthia Moreno was like way later in her career. Like I don't think I've seen any of her from this era. I don't think I've hit get some inspiration in boy a long time. That's how you know we're bad. I mean, she really wants to beat Bull Nakano, so I'm gonna just say she's a woman on a mission. Generic safe. '84, hell yeah. That was with Kawada off his game, but they had good chem. So I guess that kind of balances out. Masawa promo better than the Steve Austin promo. Just throwing it out there. Just throwing it out there, that's all. $75 for this. This is crazy. This is just, I don't know. You guys figure out why you're feuding. And then they were like, oh, we could just fight each other. 83 for this. I will take that. All right. Let's see. He is great at his no longer lovable asshole. He's just... Oh, his asshole gimmick is marketable. Great. 92 for the Stan Hansen promo. Good. Main event. Also a 92. All right. We might get above a 91. Nope, 91. We somehow didn't get the bonus this week. If we had gotten the bonus, we would have gotten higher than a 91. Instead, it is our third straight 91. You know what? I left Sirius as one of the angles. I wonder if that's the trick, to just never use Sirius? I don't know. I'm throwing shit at the wall now. I have no idea why I get it sometimes and sometimes I don't. Okay. Profit down a little bit this week, but we ran a much smaller venue than we usually do. No surprise there. Hey, we gained a point in New England, so it was worth going up there. I'm glad you agree, Fred Della Sera. It's me, Fred Della Sera. Alright, Michael Hayes has an opinion. I'm liking what I'm hearing from Toshiaki Kawada. There's money in his promos. Are we sure? No. The Charisma and Mike are, like, okay. Although, I don't think we've ever had him cut a promo. Maybe we should try. Maybe Michael Hayes is onto something. No, serious counts? Well, I don't know. Steve Austin opinion. Marty Jannetty doesn't connect with the fans. Brother, he's one half of the All Japan Tag Team Champions. So can't just throw him. Look, what do you mean he's got 74 pop? He connect with the Steve, please. we're getting 700K. Listen, the people of 1995 have spoken. They like the serious work rate of Nitro a little bit more than the goofy antics of Saturday night. We're getting like 10,000 more views on Monday. Or maybe Monday's just a better day. Who knows? I mean, Monday's definitely a better day for TV ratings in real life. I don't know if the game takes that into account. I don't think it does, but maybe it does. I don't know. It should. Also, UWF is dying. Which one? I assume you mean Herb Abrams? Which, honestly, it's about time. It should have died. The fact that it lasted 3 years is crazy. It's not dying. They got 1.5 million. They're doing great. How they're doing great, I don't know, but they're doing great. Look at it. Look at this, Rod. They are really excited that we let Tully go. In fact, if I remember correctly, I let him go because he was like, I am accepting a contract with UWF, and I said, good luck with that. Boy, it's like the 80s never stopped. Oh, they fell to small. Okay. They're actively losing pop. Yeah, I bet Herb Abrams is... Oh, Gary Hart's the booker. I was going to say, I bet Herb Abrams is like a real dog shit booker, but Gary Hart should actually be good. 56. Not that good. He's better than Herbie. They're up slightly since last year. I don't know why they fell to small. Oh, because they were medium before, which was, yeah, they should not have been medium. Fair enough. Alright, let's book Saturday night. No nights off. Let's go to the Great Lakes. Boy, there's a lot of... Oh, because we have this set to 9K. Okay. Last time we were here, we went to Ohio. So let's go to not Ohio. Let's go to Michigan. Let's go to Joe Louis Arena. Alright, guys. Let's have a good booking meeting. Boy, you guys just don't want to give me finishes this stream. Likely. Okay, you guys are just fucking with me now. Near certainty for Steve. I will never need a character idea for Steve Austin. Ever. Okay, that was not great. Tenru wants to put Eddie Guerrero over. Okay. We can do that. Not tonight, but we can do that. Eddie yelled at Bobby Heenan. Dan Severn did funny cartoon drawings. That's hard to imagine. Akiyama ribbed the entire locker room. Rick Rude and Dan Spivey are travel buddies. Dan Spivey's just trying to... Also, like, why is Rick Rude even here? Z-Man and Randy Savage butted heads. Training... Sting and Ricky Steamboat are becoming closer. Sure. Okay. So, based on what I said last week, we are going to have Scott and Rick They're going to cut a promo out here with Kurt and Arn, where they are hash out their differences, and they're finally going to shake hands. And then they should probably immediately get attacked. Because that's what the Horsemen would do. So it'd be Arn, victim, Kurt, victim, Scott Steiner, victim, Rick Martel, victim. It's supposed to be a big gimmick match. I mean, it's Spring Stampede, so I was thinking like a bunkhouse brawl, or the Spring Stampede. I don't know. The fucking hog pen match or some shit. I don't know. Anyway, Rick Martel, attacker. Speaking of JPL, let's get him out there attacking, which the game will probably say he does bad at. Tenru, Ric Flair. Okay. Mortis. The match we've all been waiting for. Eddie Guerrero versus Mortis. Now, Eddie obviously has to simply win this. But I will make it 10 minutes open. I will give, I will give Mortis a chance here. In fact, you know what? I might even tell him to straight up cook. It's Canyon, right? Yeah, Canyon can work. Yeah, steal the show. Fucking go crazy. Yes, non-title match. Thank you, game. And then, let's do lights out. Lights on. Oh, do I want to cover him with Goop? I feel like I go to the Goop too often. Let's just do lights off, lights on, Eddie's being attacked. Which we are just going to write in as an attack angle. Not Eddie Gilbert. Mortis is there. All right. Well, Austin and Steamboat is official, so I feel like we could do something with them in the main event. Avalanche and Funk. I feel like we could use a break from those guys wrestling each other every week. I mean, let's look at the storylines. What's our other hot storyline? The Horseman one, but they're doing stuff. Funk and Avalanche is very hot. TV title is, well, we already did the TV title. Unbelievably, it is once again Terry Funk and Avalanche, who for the third week in a row will be on opposite sides of a tag match. That's fucking crazy. Let them cook. For a second, I thought I might have done this exact match, because I remember teaming Funk and Steamboat, but they must have wrestled Avalanche and someone else. Who even needs good? Funks is neutral. World title scene, neutral. Okay, so the baby faces absolutely need to win here. I mean, he keeps saying Steamboat can't beat him, so I would love Ricky Steamboat to pin Steve Austin with like a flash pin. Steve is unhappy. 90, 91, 90, 90, 92, sure. Steamboat. 87. I mean, it's pretty close. Let me talk to you. Talk to worker. There we go. Booking. Put someone over in a match. Ricky Steamboat. Hey, no problem. And then let's end the show with an angle where Steamboat, you know, he gets to the quick pin. He's like out of the ring. He's holding up 3 fingers. Like 3 seconds is all it takes. You know, that kind of thing. And then Steve Austin seething, upset, not happy. Randy Savage. Let's see. I want to do Severn and Shamrock. If I could find like regular partners for Severn and Shamrock, that would be fucking awesome. So I kind of want to just try him with... Oh, Gary Albright. I know I just buried you last week, Gary Albright. But you could be a new Catch Club member if you had chemistry with Ken Shamrock. That would be awesome. And then Dan... Dr. Death could also be in Catch Club if we wanted to keep that going. Dan the Beast. How about Dan the Beast and Dan Spivey? Dan and Dan. That's another one. If they have chem, we could put the Dan S's. Should this be a wild brawl? Is that crazy? Your brawling is good. Your brawling should be good, right? Yeah, your brawling is good. Dan's is okay, although he's more of a tech guy. Yeah, they're all, you know what? Wild brawl. Why not? And I'm going to give Dan a tainted win. It doesn't matter if he pins Shamrock or Albright. That's fine. All right, we need some promos. I'm going to let Savage and Ramon cook. The Double D, D&D, Dungeons and Dan's. Dungeons and Dan's. I don't like the implications of that. All right, Savage and Ramon are going to cook here. About what, I'm not really sure. But I imagine the general vibe of this storyline is that Randy Savage is a crazy person and Razor Ramon he's cool, Chico, you know? So Savage is like ranting and raving, and then, you know, Razor Ramon is like, hey man, why don't you take a chill pill? Which in 1995 is like a very cool thing to say to somebody. Battle Cat and Cactus. Battle Cat, excuse me. Cactus has to kill Jimmy Valiant, right? Like, that just feels like it has to. Like, that's what you do with a babyface manager, right? Battle Cat making the save. Cactus, Jack, lays out, Boogie, backstage. Okay. Oh boy. Roddy Piper's still here, huh? Hey, Roddy Piper, have you met John? Oh, fuck. Hold on, take two. Have you met John? Did we do this? No, not in a singles match. Hell yeah. JPL, JPL, JPL. Roddy Piper is furious. Uh-huh. What's your contract situation again? You're not here for a long time, right? Yeah, fuck, we're not doing anything with him. JPL, JPL. I would like to give Jun Akiyama isn't even supposed to be on this brand, but like since he's here, let's just book him. I think Jun Akiyama has accidentally ended up on Saturday because there's never room for him on Nitro, but like Saturdays, you know, there's a little some more room on Saturdays. June, you are a face. Oh, Eddie Gilbert. Unfortunately, everyone else here is a face, except for Eddie Gilbert, who might get real mad if we ask him to lose to you. But I think it's worth trying. What's the difference looking like here? 25. 60. Oh, he's... You know what? You know what? We can make this a little program. Eddie Gilbert. Open match. Let's do Tainted. I don't have... Oh, no. Roddy Piper's just... Oh, it's both. Roddy Piper isn't bad, and I don't have a story. Well, listen. We're starting a little program. So this is our storytelling match. I might even... You know what? I mean, you might as well add Doug Gilbert. And maybe June might find a friend. Who can say? That sounds like a tag feud. Alright, let's open with this big long thing. And then... Let's do this. This is a good opener, I think. Cactus laying out the Boogie Woogie Man backstage. Oh, we need to open with a match. Alright. I guess this match happens... this match happening right after this is weird. But sure, I guess we go to commercial. John Paul's already out there. Send out Piper. Sure, why not? Eddie Guerrero and Mortis is probably too high, but whatever. I'm not rearranging everything. Can we get 4 91s on the same show? I think we can do it. I believe. 91, let's go. Uh, 73 in the opener. Not great. Dan Severn has a gimmick that's getting stale. Actually, you know what? He does need to change his gimmick because he's a heel now. Legitimate athlete. Boring. Oh, look at all these penalties he was getting. All about comedy stuff, but still. Oh, legitimate is literally all he can play. Okay, awesome. Bitter. Because that's basically the gimmick, is he's jealous of Ken Shamrock, right? So let's say bitter veteran. Mortis should lose by his DQ. It's fine. It's Mortis. He's an underling. It's not a guy we're like giving a big push to. Not out of the gate anyway. Maybe at some point. At some point, he'll probably turn on Vampiro, but that's like a, 6 months, year down the road thing. $78. I thought this. Oh, we got Jean Paul. That's on me. Although this part getting an 80 is, I thought that the first part would do better than that. This is 65. Okay, Piper. Listen, John Paul got a 52. He's like almost usable. 72 for Cactus Jack killing Jimmy Valiant. Which means next week we get like Jimmy Valiant wearing an eye patch or something, yelling about Cactus Jack. 50. This is a mid card, let me tell you. I'm glad I didn't have Akiyama win here. He got a 40. That's rough. He definitely needs to work his way up a little bit here. To use the pedigree, hell yeah. Piper probably took it like shit because he was mad. He put a knee down for sure. 80? Razor Ramon struggled? Come on. Razor should have, Scott Hall should have good promo. I guess we get this a lot with Scott Hall. I feel like we get bad, he's not good at going off script, but it's fucking Scott Hall. He should be able to go off script. 79 for Eddie Guerrero and Mortis. I mean, Eddie Guerrero carried him so hard, but I will take a 79. I will take it for sure. Thank you, Eddie. And then, to thank him, he got spookily taken out. $89. Okay, was hoping in the 90s here. I don't think we're getting our fourth straight 91. Unless we do get the bonus this week, and then maybe, but even then, I don't think we're getting a 91. But I will absolutely take it in. This is the best thing on the show by a lot, so probably not getting over a 90. 83. Fuck. What the hell happened? 3 straight 91s in a row, and then an 83. We did not get the bonus. Let me think about this. This was probably storyline development. This was probably storyline development. This was probably storyline development. This was probably character. You know what? I think I actually did only do 2 this time. I think this one's on me. Alright, well that's a disappointing way to end it. But other than that, a good stream of shows. I will say that getting an 83 has me a little worried about the Spring Stampede. Maybe we won't get 100. But also, I mean, Steamboat and Austin will probably get like a 99. So as long as the rest of the card isn't total butt cheeks, it should be fine. Gary Albright moved to the southeast. All right, maybe. I hope you're renting. Don't buy. Drew Nakayama needs to learn how to sell. Well, we're working on it. I think that's maybe our mystery eighth spot. I think we filled it. I think it's Akiyama and there's the Gilberts. I told you something would come up. It always does. Something just naturally fills in those places. Mike Graham says Mortis is turning into a good worker. Hell yeah. Mike Graham getting on the Mortis train early. All right, that is going to do it for this stream. Let's see. We got Nitro. Why does this look so weird? There should be a Saturday night that's showing here that isn't. That's strange. All right. So we might make it to Spring Stampede, but probably not next stream. We're probably still 2 streams away from Spring Stampede. Unless this mystery, this missing Saturday night actually doesn't happen, then we will. But I think that's just, I don't know, I think that's some kind of weird glitch going on there. So that's what's going on with WCW. And then, of course, Thursday, AEW. I think we're still quite a ways away from the next pay-per-view on that one as well. Oh, I have a preview for that show. For my brand, because Nick's pay-per-view is coming up, and then it's after that, it's Forbidden Door, which is a combined show. I have like 3 months of downtime. So Dynamite is starting a world tour for the next like 3 months. I actually set a fucking tour schedule in the Notepad for it. Like the next the 2 shows this stream, I'm going to Mexico. And then after that, it's like 3 shows in the UK, 4 in Europe, and 3 in Japan. So that's what I'm going to be doing for the next like 3 months in game for my brand, because I don't have a pay-per-view for fucking ever. So I'm just that's the plan. Dynamite in Mexico on Wednesday. That's the big push there. I don't know how that's going to go, because we're only like 70 something pop in Mexico. And I don't think a lot of our guys, but I have some, I got Vikingo and Andrade and stuff, so I have some Mexican stars I can use. But yeah, that's the plan for that. And of course, Nick's got a pay-per-view. I'm sure he's cooking up with something. So tune in for that on Thursday. And yeah, that's it. If you're watching on YouTube, drop a like on the video, subscribe, come hang out live Tuesdays, Thursdays, 8 o'clock Eastern, twitch.tv/Swarls. And that's it. Bye, everybody.